to say, if the Lord, verse 15, for that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that.
Yeah, that's why we say, what's that in the Hebrew? Yeah, how I write as well. It's the Lord's will. Every time when we leave each other, it's Lord's will, I'll see you next week, I'll come. Okay? Lord's will, I'll meet you tomorrow. Lord's will, I'll make it home. Okay? So everything, man, because everything that we do, man, is all according to the Lord's will. I'll give you some money here, some loans, Go ahead.
Verse 16, but now ye rejoice in your boastings, all such rejoicing is evil.
But now you rejoice in your boastings, all such rejoicing is evil.
Hurry up.
Okay?
Hurry on. One sec.
You say that? Alright, get a big one. But I see your Bible's getting wet there. What's that about?
Hurry up, 1 sec. I'm just gonna check something. If you don't. So, yeah, hold it.
I believe it's Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 17 and 9.
Jeremiah 17 and 9.
So just to finish it, this is verse 17. Therefore to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin.
You guys, man, I woke up a long time ago, man. The ones that you ain't doing anything about this food, man. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know you're supposed to be out here in the highway. Today is Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So all Jack that are not doing the work, when you know right now that all brothers are out there in the highways and the byways now, man. Saturday's the highways and the byways day. You know? But you're probably shopping or something, man. Getting yourself a new outfit for a club later on tonight. You know? Motherfucking Jordans. Which is just shoes, man. You spend all that money on just shoes just to walk. You know? Gets dirty. And then after you throw it out, man. That money could have helped your brother out. You see?
That's why the scriptures say the fashion of this world passeth away.
The fashion of this world passeth away, man.
Yes.
Okay? What do you think of?
Before you go to back up what you're saying, Proverbs 27, boast not thyself. Proverbs 27. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. That's self-explanatory. Boast, in other words, don't boast yourself of tomorrow. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You know, I'm going to go for a jog tomorrow. You don't even know when you're going to go toilet.
Exactly, yeah.
That's how much Yahushua is in control. He's in control of everything.
You know?
So this ain't about boasting yourself. You're not supposed to boast yourself at all.
You could simply be sick, man. You know, you could simply be sick. You're ill in bed. I'm gonna go to this place, and then you for 2 or 3 days you're in bed, man. You can't move. You know, all the plans are out the window now, man. Why? Because you know, tomorrow, man, you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Okay. Let's get on. What are you on now?
This is
Yeah, Matthew. Seek what you shall do. What you shall do.
At the end of that scripture it says, for the evil is sufficient for the day thereof. Just worry about today.
This is Proverbs 30 and 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and still, and take the name of the Most High in vain.
Okay, you see, feed me with food convenient for me. The only thing that you're supposed to really ask for, man, is really to be taken care of as things come by. You're able to take care of yourself at that moment, man. Okay, your rent is due. You've got some rent money to pay that rent. Okay, you're hungry. You got some money to buy the food, man. Because tomorrow we don't know. Because really, man. You ready? Okay, because we don't know, man. Because listen, man, it's better, man. Because seek ye the kingdom of the Lord first. Okay, because it's better, man. You come and do the things that the Lord said to do. Because it can be all over, man. Like we said earlier on, man. Tomorrow, all your hard work. all your hard work, all the things, man, that you've been busting your ass for and breaking your back for, tomorrow could all mean nothing. Okay, this money, man, especially Jack is constantly chasing money. And what does fiat currency mean? Okay, fiat currency is, the reason is this money that we use today, the reason it's called fiat currency is because you accept that it's valuable. Because if I give it to you, you accept that it has value. That's what fiat currency means. The elite put it out there, say this is money, and the people accept that it's money, so that's why now people are able to exchange goods with it. Okay? So it's not real money. So tomorrow one party can go, nah, we don't want that, we don't accept that anymore, and that's it. That money is now valueless now. You see? That money now becomes valueless now, man. So all this worldly gain that people chase today, man, is all in vain. You see?
It's when Jacob's trouble comes, when Jacob's trouble comes, you're not going to be able to eat your money.
No.
The true commodity is going to be food. You know, food, and that's it.
Water,
you
know, those things, man. Because you get these celebrities, man, as soon as they get rich, they get a record deal. First thing they do is they get themselves jewelry, bling, 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 you know. But like in Venezuela, like even if you had money, but you had nowhere to spend the money on. I remember I was working, I was speaking to this one girl, she's from Venezuela, and I was talking about the things that are going on in Venezuela, right? And she said, like, you know, sometimes I send my parents money, but the problem is there's nowhere to go and spend the money on. There's no food to go and buy, man. So you can have bags full of money, but you can't eat, man. You got jewelry, whatever, gold and bling, 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 but you can't eat it, man. You cannot eat it. Right.
It's Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death.
So riches profiteth not in the day of wrath. Okay? If a man comes at you, man, he wants to, he's adamant on killing you, man. You're trying to give him money, but he doesn't care, man. He just wants to see your blood. Okay? When the ministers are coming, man, you could have freaking layers of gold, man, but you're still gonna die anyway, man. You see? So this is the only thing that's gonna get us salvation, man. The only thing that's gonna save us, man, by doing the work of the Lord now.
Right.
The word fiat in French means a decree or an order.
Is that on Google?
Yeah.
Judgment. It's judgment.
What happened?
It crashed.
Did he crash?
Did it crash?
Yeah, I heard it. Didn't you hear that?
Just drove on like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Put currency, fiat
That's
currency.
them angels.
You know? Because everything else, man, everything else is in vain. Anything that you're doing is in vain, man. If you're not doing the work of the Lord, everything else is in vain, man. Okay? The job that you have, man, is in vain. Okay? The woman that you're chasing down, man, that's in vain. Okay? All this family life that you're gonna plan and get a degree and buy a house, that's all in vain, man. Okay? Because all those things, man, are gonna be nothing soon, man. All right? You should be on Google, fiat currency. Go back, listen. If you type in fiat currency, just remove meaning. Hold on, let me see, what does that say? With that big let me read that big.
So from wikipedia.org, the definition for fiat money. It says, fiat money is a currency without intrinsic value.
Woo! Read on.
That has been established as money, often by government regulation.
You hear that? You hear what your money is? That money that you're chasing, stacking up underneath your shoebox under your bed, read that again.
It says fiat money is a currency without intrinsic value.
Without intrinsic value. Go ahead.
That has been established as money.
That has been established as money. They gave it to you, they said this is money, and you accept it. That's what made it valuable. Okay? Go ahead. Like in that movie, I Am Legend, when he was looking for his dog, he went in a bank and the whole place was full of money. Okay? It was just there, man. Valueless. It's nothing now, man. But something to start a fire with. You see? Zemo?
Yes. status, often by government regulation. Fiat money does not have use value and has value only because a government maintains its value or because parties engaging in exchange agree on its value.
You hear that? Because the government maintain its value, and then because parties exchanging agreed it's valuable. If I give you 20 pounds, if I take 20 pounds to China and I give it to them, they'll refuse it, man. We don't use that money. Okay? If I take gold, man, I can go anywhere in the world, man. Somebody will accept it. But that currency, man, the dollar, more and more of the world are rejecting it now. Okay, they don't want to use it anymore because it's not backed by anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 11 and 25. In a day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction.
In the day of prosperity, there's a forgetful of affliction. Go ahead.
And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity.
In the day, because all the people that are rich, man, in the day of affliction, man, they're gonna forget about the good old times now. Okay? You sit in there, man, you remember how you can easily wake up in the morning, man, and make yourself those eggs and bacon and sausages and a little bit of toast and hash browns, baked beans and all that stuff. You know, you could that was your life daily, man. And then lunchtime, man, you're able to hook yourself up, man. I don't know if it's a sandwich or jump in a McDonald's somewhere and eat your heart's desire. Come dinner time, man, you went to some fancy restaurant somewhere. They give you steak and chips and a little, you know. You send the chips back because it was too cold. You know? All those things, you're gonna forget all those things, man. You just gonna, everybody now is gonna be on the same level now, man. The way you see those people are begging on the streets, everybody's gonna be on the same level now, man. Okay? When they start quarantine the cities now, when those trucks bring in the food rations, everybody, the ones that are poor now and the ones that are rich now, they're gonna be rushing to those trucks to get them food rations, man. You know?
There ain't gonna be no middle class. This is gonna be rich and poor.
Yeah, you know, because the rich men, the first thing they do is escape those places, man. They get hidden away. Those who are part of the circle anyway, you know. And the rest, man, you know, I don't know what you'd consider rich in London, man. Because in London you can have a million, man, and still be middle class, man. You see, London you have 2 million, but man, you're still middle class. You're still just a regular man now. You see, there's people that have got billions here, man. You see, you got something?
This Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
You see what the scripture say? He causeth all. Okay, so this thing is going to be on everybody, man. Okay? If you get Revelation 3, it tells you it shall come upon the whole world. Okay, it causes all, man, everybody, man. So the judgment of the Lord get out. So Isaiah 24, I believe from the top.
Right. Yeah, I remember you from the other GMS London Centre.
You guys used to be down there.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm good. I'm well. Very well.
So scripture says it causes all, man. These things are coming upon everybody, man. The elites, man, the judgments are coming upon them. It's just that the Lord has given them an escape plan. Okay, they have to hide, man. The one I said, is it try 3 and 10 first? Yeah, 3 and 10.
Got Isaiah 24.
Yeah, from the top. Get that one first.
So Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Speaking about us, okay, the men that are doing the work, okay, out here in the highways, in the byways, putting up our videos, edifying, constantly feeding the body, man, constantly feeding the sheep. Okay, we've kept what does it say? The what? The word of His patience, man. We've kept the things that the Lord said us to do. Okay, we learned and we went out to teach as well. All right, go ahead. So the Lord says He's gonna keep us from these things that are coming also. Okay, go ahead.
Which shall come upon the whole world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
We shall come upon the whole world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So these things are coming upon, I believe the world there is oikoumene, right? Okay, meaning the whole planet Earth. Okay, so it's coming upon everybody, but the Lord says He will keep us from those things, man. Okay, He will protect us from those things. All right. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah 24.
Yeah. From that one. 24, 1 and
Isaiah 24. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down.
2. So the Lord is gonna make the earth empty, and he'll turn it upside down. Okay, the Lord's gonna come and shake up the earth. All right, go ahead.
And scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priests.
So that's basically saying what with everybody. Because this thing, there won't be, separate these people from these people. It's coming upon everybody, man. Okay, go ahead. Read that bit again.
And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest. As with the servant, so with his master.
As with the servant, so with the master, man. The average employees out here, okay, with their bosses, man. Okay? Because right now, man, you don't have to people proud when their boss or something, man, comes, clicks a few things in the computer, signs a few documents, and then it goes up and plays golf, man. You know? Go ahead.
So with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him.
Meaning what, man? Who gives you? Would you borrow from, man?
No change, bro.
You. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Okay. So everybody, man, who borrows you with usury, man? Okay, who borrows you with usury? If the brother borrows for me, man, I'm not gonna put interest on it. Okay, your banks. Okay, your bankers. Okay, it's coming upon all of them as well, man. All these things. All right. I was just holding money in my pocket right there, and then he came and asked me.
And wait, that was just because we were talking about usury.
Yeah.
And you're giving to the poor. That's heavy.
You know, if he works in the bank there, man, they'll never give him shit, man. They'll call the police. You know, with all that usually that they made from the money, from the people's money, man. Go ahead.
The land shall be.
Okay, no, that's the point right there, man. So basically, it's coming upon everybody, man. There's another one again. Ezekiel 7 and 12.
Ezekiel 7 and 12.
I think it's getting it.
Yeah, I'll do it. It's,
all right, so these things is coming upon everybody, man. All right, there won't be exceptions in that time, man. Okay, then let's get into Jacob's trouble. Daniel 12 and 1, Jeremiah 30, and the other ones that you can bring out. Okay.
this is Ezekiel 7 and 4. And mine eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Bar Shem Yahushai. Thus saith the Lord thy power.
Ezekiel what?
Ezekiel 7 and 4.
Bring the pictures, the one else. No, 7 and 12. What were you reading?
7 and 12. So Ezekiel 7 and 12. The time has come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn.
So the time is come and the day draweth near. Okay? The time for the Lord's judgment is coming now. Alright? Yahushua gave us the signs to look for. Okay? He tells you, man, when you see these things come to pass, just know it's here, man. Okay? The time has come now. The judgments are going to happen then. Alright? This generation is not going to go by without these things happening, man.
I just realized something.
Okay?
Up there. I'll tell you after. Carry on. I'll tell you after, man. I'll tell you after.
Say it.
No, I can't.
Alright, okay, I know what you mean. Okay. Go ahead, do that again.
So Ezekiel 7 and 12. The time has come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. For wrath is upon all the multitude thereof.
Even those of you, man, that are making money, man, okay? Don't rejoice, man. Don't rejoice in the things that you have, man. Because the wrath is upon who?
For wrath is upon all the multitude thereof.
For the wrath is upon all the multitude thereof, man. Everybody, man. From the top to the bottom. Okay? From your boss all the way to the guy, man, right at the, you know, at the bottom of the food chain, man. So the Lord is bringing His judgment upon everybody, man. Okay? Is there more on that? Yes. Right.
For the seller, verse 13, for the seller shall not return to that which is sold, although they were yet alive, for the vision is touching all the whole multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life.
You see, the seller shall not return to, will that be again?
For the seller shall not return to that which is sold.
For the seller shall not return to that which is sold, man. So all the things that you've invested in, okay, your businesses, whatever, man, all those things, man, everybody's gonna lose all those things, man. Okay?
Yeah. To the best that you can, it's all right.
Leave it for now. Is that during this, when the spirit moves off and then, you know, is there more? That's it now. I think, any precepts?
Yeah, I've got precepts concerning Jacob's trouble.
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 40. Oh my people.
What does 2nd Ezra say?
It's a load of meat on this.
Go ahead.
Oh my people, hear my words. Make ye ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
In those evils be as pilgrim. What does a pilgrim do, man? They don't stay in one place. They move around, man. In that movie, what you call that, man? World War Z? No, World War Z. The guy said, man, like you got better chances of surviving if you move around. Because the guy, remember the Indian guy in the thing, he wanted to stay back. He said, listen, we found a safe haven here. We just lock the door. He said, listen, you got a better chance of surviving if you move around, man, because you're not gonna stay in one place, man.
Yeah.
You know, once you're in your house and you eat up all the food, then you have to go look for food somewhere else, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So all these people, man, you can be in a penthouse somewhere there, man. But eventually you have to come up, man, and go look for food, man. You're gonna eat up all the food there.
Oh, so is that?
What's that?
That D-double-E song.
Some rap up.
All right. What?
Shall be as pilgrims on the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he fleeth away. And he that buyeth as one that will lose.
He that buyeth as somebody get a piece that says let the mighty man I'll get it. Yeah, that one there. I can get it. Okay, so I'll carry on. I'll read it. Go
ahead.
Okay, fine. This is Ezekiel 7 and there was more in this. It says Ezekiel 7 and 15. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him.
Okay, he that's in the field shall die by the sword. He that's in the cities, man, famine and pestilences, man. Okay? Because Esau's got all type of weapon, weapon warfare that is gonna release among the people, man. Okay, because there's gonna come a time where Esau is gonna wanna reduce the numbers as rapid as possible now. Because scripture says they know that they have by a short time. So they have an agenda, okay, and Esau ain't stopping the agenda for nobody. Okay? They gotta establish that new world order. Alright? And a part of that new world order is to reduce the populations massively, man. Okay, that what you call those stones, man. When it says Georgia Guidestones, alright? To reduce and maintain population under 500 million.
As well. Brother pointed out there's a rapper here in England called D.W. He was across the road. Now he's regarded as a celebrity in this kingdom, especially among Jake, but in that time of trouble he's going to be a nobody. People are going to be hunting after his riches, all that sellout money that he had. People are going to be running after him.
Jeremiah 9 and 23. Jeremiah 9 and 23. Okay? So at the end of the day, man, Okay. I lost my train of thought.
No, I was on the PS Pilgrims on the earth.
Okay. Who was reading? Was you that was reading, no? Okay, was you that was reading some more time? What are you getting?
You went to Jeremiah 9:23.
Okay. You refresh or you really let him get it?
I've still got that. And I've still got.
Let him finish that.
So back in Ezekiel 17, it's verse 16.
17 or 7?
That's like a 7. Ezekiel 7, verse 16. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be one of the mountains, like it shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys. All of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them.
That's you people, man. The ones of you that won't die straight away, okay? Because you know you're gonna be seeing what's going on, and you're gonna completely lose your minds, man. Okay? Can you just imagine that today everything is okay? You know, you're free. You know whatever you want. And then tomorrow, man, it's all gone, man. Okay? Confusion. Okay? For some of you, maybe you're gonna be around and doing stuff. Okay? You're gonna take the chip, man, in order for you to eat. All right? Azemo.
Yeah.
What verse are you reading?
Verse 18. And shame shall be upon all faces, and boldness upon their heads. Verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed.
They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Man, that's your money. Okay, your silver and your gold, that's your money. You're gonna be walking around and find 100 grand on the floor, and it won't even matter, man. Okay, it will not matter. It will not make a difference. People will just be stepping on it like it's not even there. You see?
Fuel for the fire.
Fuel for the fire. That's how it's gonna be, man. Okay? When that economic crashes, man, and then now that all money, like you've got many examples of countries that had what you call that, man? What you call the money overinflation, hyperinflations. You have many examples, man. I remember when in Zimbabwe, man, like my ex, man, she gave me notes. She had 1 billion. It was 1 billion, one note. Literally, 1 billion, one note. And then she had other ones were 1 trillion, one note. Printouts. And that company, she still has them today, man. I was trying to see if I can get them off of my back. When you stop English, man, they don't really. They don't really. I ain't giving you those things. Literally, there are minus 1 trillion notes, man. And then probably all you can buy is a loaf of bread with it, man. You see?
Even it's like
No, go ahead.
in the Weimar Republic, before the Nazi Party took over in Germany, they had
German as well, yeah.
They had a major hyperinflation there, and it says that the hyperinflation got so bad that people were carrying around wheelbarrows of money just to buy a loaf of bread.
Yeah, wheelbarrows, man. Like you go to a restaurant, and then basically what they were doing is, like by the time you start eating your food, and by the time you finish your food, the price could have doubled. You know what I'm saying? The price could have doubled, man, because of that hyperinflation now, man. And that could happen. That's why these people, man, that nice car driving around.
It doesn't mean
they're not thinking about it, man. Shit ain't thinking about it, man.
it's all vanity. At the end of the day, it's all vanity. When all this Jacob's trouble comes to pass, that's not going to be nothing. That's just going to be a piece of metal.
What else do you have?
I had Jeremiah 9 and 24, and I'm still on 2nd Ezra 16 and 41 as being proven. He that occupies highest merchandise. 2nd Ezra 16 and 42. He that occupieth merchandise as he that have no profit by it.
He that basically, man, if you have something, man, don't put your trust in those things, man. You see? If you have a little money, you have a little, just don't worry with those things. Always consider that tomorrow those things can be gone. Okay? You have to have the attitude of Job. You see? What did Job say, man? The Lord give it and the Lord take it away. You see? I can have it today, but tomorrow could be gone, man. But regardless, man, if it's gone tomorrow, man, you continue to serve the Lord, man. Okay? For some guys, man, they serve the Lord, man, when they are prospering, man. As soon as the Lord takes all that away, man, You know, I remember one guy, man, he used to go to church, he used to put money in the tithe thing, and then he'll go and play the lotto. So his the whole thinking was, if I put money in the church, and I play the lotto, I'm gonna win. So after a few times, they'll put him man in the pot in the church, and then he wasn't winning the lotto. He stopped going to church.
That's why that scripture that we went to, in the day of affliction, there's a forgetfulness of prosperity. That's twofold. That also goes for the truth. That's why the Lord will afflict you, so you remember, look, this is not our rest.
Yeah. And that affliction, man, is you know, with us, those of us in the truth, man, when the Lord is afflicting us, is to be made what, man? To be made more perfect, man. Okay? To make our faith more perfect, to get the impurities off of us, man. Okay, as God tried, the Lord described our suffering as God tried in the fire, man. Okay? So you gotta remember that, man. Ecclesiastes, the 12th, the second chapter. Let's not move to go to that yet. I don't want to jump to this.
And he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein.
You have the house. Consider tomorrow, man, you can be thrown in a concentration camp. You know? I was reading the brother from the elder from Dallas. No elder Eshawan, but the other one. He posted that Dallas, you know, basically his latest video, I think it was yesterday, he said, man, put yourself in that thinking of time of trouble, man. He gave an analogy of a boxer. Okay, you think about your fight, your next opponent, but you're constantly thinking about how you're gonna fight him. You know, how he fights and how you're gonna tackle how you fight him. Okay, and that's how you end up beating the guy, man. So he said, when this check of trouble is coming, man, consider those things, man. Consider the things that are coming. Think about it, man. Think about being in a concentration camp, man, with nothing but your boxers, man. You see? It's cold, you barely got a jacket on, you know? You just sleeping the same the way the people beg on the streets, man. That's how you sleep when you just curl up somewhere. You know, think about all those things, man. Think about Esau offering you the chip and you saying no, and him saying he's gonna chop your head off. You've never experienced death. You see? But think about it, man. Think about all those things, man. You know, so when all those things, think about your picture being put on the breaking news. You know, Hebrew Israelites, and your picture is right there, man. And your family seeing those things. You know? Yeah, you know, think about all those things, man. You know,
Can I add to that?
What would you do, man? At that moment when you might lose everything, everybody that loves you, your aunties, they probably bought you Christmas presents right now, even though you told them you don't celebrate Christmas. You know, but now what happens when they see your face right there, man? The face of terrorists.
Can I just add to what you just said? Because a brother in GMS Detroit he mentioned that we may be put in concentration camps, FEMA camps, and we may, like Peter, we may just wake up and the doors open and the soldiers are asleep and an angel just taps us on our knee and guides us through. Or another scenario he said was that, because he made me start to meditate a little bit, think about it. He said you might be in a concentration camp and you fall asleep and then you wake up totally somewhere else, like free.
Yeah, that's exactly how the dreams I've had, that's exactly how they've been, man. I always dream that Esau gets me, puts me in a room somewhere, questions me or whatever, and then afterwards people leave the room and then the door stays open. That's what I had, man. The door stayed open. I walked down the stairs and I walked like into an open area and there was like military troops all over the place and there was wires all over the place, covered the place. I looked to my right, I saw one guy, a trained soldier with a gun. I looked to my right, it's an open field, man. And I just walked towards the open field. I started running and stopped. And the next thing I see, man, I'm free now, man. I'm gone.
Yep.
You know, one of those dreams you have like repeatedly. You know, that's like, I always have that type of dream, man. So the brother had said to me, like when I told him about the dream, he had said to me that the Lord might put you in a similar situation, man. You know? So I might be in that. I'm not saying I don't know, but I might be in a similar situation, man. I don't know. You know, but still, man, think about